Hello, Patreon friends, and welcome to Last Call of Cthulhu, the after show. Thank you so much for all you do for Quests and Chaos. We really appreciate it. You had a question.
I did. So you mentioned that we cut out a whole bunch of the adventure with that one critical success. Well done.
Not having to go to Chakdara really.
So, but were they? You put the bowls in the museum.
Well, the bowls are in the museum.
Oh,
so
okay.
The bowls are always in the museum. Normally, in a usual, you guys did so well with like asking questions and stuff that you got the letter of recommendation to the guy at the museum, and so that cleared that up. Whereas normally you go to Chakdara, you look for the lake, and it turns out that the lake is gone. It's been gone for hundreds of years, but Tenzin has that obsidian sheet is a magic mirror that can see the past. And so he'll like at a cost to whoever uses it, he'll set you up so that you can like
he won't
look
do
around.
It himself. He makes us do it.
Yeah. And you can find where the source, where the river was, and then you can see the stupa, and you go and you dig there and you find out there was something there that has been gone. And Moorcroft left a handkerchief in the middle of it all. So you find a monogrammed handkerchief. And then you go back to Peshawar and you start digging around. Okay. And so you kind of cut all of that out.
That's good.
Okay.
Yeah, neat.
We were just so surprisingly competent.
And dude, we've jinxed it. It'll never happen like this again.
You know what? It only has to happen once. I'm very proud of us.
And I mean, if you'd broken in, I might have done something with some Buddhas. There might have been some.
We skipped your dream.
Well, but I'm sure we'll see some more Buddhas.
There could be more Buddhas, yeah. But so yeah, that was you were all remarkably effective. I'm not used to that.
Neither are we.
Very efficient. And I mean, partly it was just because you lucked out in how you went A to B to C. Mm-hmm. Like if you don't help the runner, then you don't get the introduction, and then you don't, or if you help the runner and you like try and take away his pack, or the runner dies, that changes the interaction with the British government. And
so we had kind of a perfect combination of people having a doctor, an archaeologist, and a curator.
It worked out pretty well.
We had exactly the right kind of people to follow the sequence A to B to C to D.
And you've got, the keeper of the murder babies.
Well,
I don't think that terribly. That didn't help.
Yeah, but you had some good inputs.
I mean, you're generally fantastic. This is just very well set up for our particular professions.
Yeah, it all lined up nicely.
I'm just saying, murder babies don't apply to this.
Yes, they do.
There's a time and a place. This is not it.
There's a time and a place for murder babies.
Yeah. So, I will say on the after show, every time you leave Tenzin alone in the vicinity of the murder babies, I make a roll. That's just what I'll say there.
I mean, he's gonna have to go at some point.
We need him at a specific point.
Yet.
Look, apparently it's up to the dice. I washed my hands.
You know what? Tenzin can't be wrong, right? Because he said one of us would kill him, not murder babies.
Well, but he keeps saying like, "Oh, I guess I got this wrong. Oh, I guess I got that wrong. Yeah. Oh no, murder babies!"
And I mean, also theoretically, like realistically, because you created the murder babies, they do have a piece of your soul attached to them. I mean, in much the same way that a handwritten book has their voice to it.
That's like if I wrote a book and then someone murdered him with the book. I didn't murder him.
No, but you helped provide the instrument that did so.
Yeah, but I didn't murder him.
Eugene just could not stand Tiger was living in your boiler room.
Finally.
Eugene does feel awful about that, but...
Oh, there is no but to that
No, but... No, there's a but to that. First of all, the murder babies say that Tenzin's lying, and that we can't trust him. And
why would you not believe murder babies?
I'm so glad you haven't said any of this to any of us because we would. There would be a
Well, you
conversation.
stop me, and I can't have that.
Yeah.
And this is why he's going to be the BBEG.
No.
What does BBEG mean?
Big bad evil guy.
Thank you, because I've been trying to figure out what that meant, and so now you all know too.
Yes, big bad evil guy, or like the big bad of the campaign.
No, he's
Right.
gonna be reunited with his wife. It's gonna be beautiful, and you guys are like,
Yes,
oh, this is so beautiful.
Sarah. We found out about a little bit of his backstory.
Yeah.
Slowly but surely. Yeah, there was, there was some little things that came out, but all in all, that was, a remarkably effective. No hotels burnt down.
No fires or guns waved around in a museum antechamber, which I thought that was going to have to happen.
I was also pretty sure that you guys were just going to walk right past the poor runner, because
I would've.
Yeah,
blood.
But we saw the blood, so yeah.
That's
I mean, I gave you an invisible house, and you were just like, we got to keep going.
well, yeah.
That was a ghost house.
Yeah, there's a difference between a
different.
ghost house and, hey, that person's breathing down there.
Right.
So I see. Yeah, and you rolled so well on the spot hidden that I had to give you like when you found his body and everything. You saw that he was still breathing.
I'm still very interested in what that ash white with the three red lines thing is about. Like,
You can't trust him.
Gwendolyn's thinking very hard about that, turning that over in the back of her mind, but she hasn't said anything about it to anyone else.
I mean, we none of us have gotten the warning that we can't trust him.
Right.
Other than it's Cthulhu.
Well, yes, but
Why would you not trust the DM NPC?
No, he's a great guy.
But we are Cthulhu characters, which means that we don't
Yes.
know about
Yeah.
that.
Yes.
Well, I mean, Dimitri's very suspicious of this whole thing.
Dimitri's
For once, you
suspicious
have
of
someone who
everything.
wants you to kill them.
And that makes us suspicious because who wants to die? I mean, really.
No, Helen is just like, this is great. Rituals.
I do like when he said, "Oh, these will make any ritual like superstition." I'm like, "Oh, really?"
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, you could have teenagers.
Murder teenagers.
I'm not a masochist.
Oh man.
No.
Murder. They kill me and they go, whatever, Dad.
That's just teenagers.
Close my door.
Is that a body in there?
Oh.
Shut up, old man.
See, yeah, I need to get Sarah involved before that we get there. I can't do teenagers by myself. 4 of them? Oh.
You'd be so flabbergasted.
They're gonna murder me out of house and home.
Oh, I wish that could be a.
Just like a handful of body pieces left in various places. Clean up your mess.
I can't even tell how many people this was.
Oh, I like that idea. That's
no.
Duke Fleeg, there's your money. We want murder teenagers to be the fiction.
No, we don't. No.
Yeah, we do.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Also, we're all going to hell.
I would read the heck out of that.
That would be awesome.
It's been a while since we've had a potential fiction
But
category.
did you download mouseerotica.doc on your work PC?
Oh, jeez.
The Discord is just the Wild West, ironically.
I go PDF. I want the metadata to stay.
Yeah. You never know what's hidden in a Word doc.
Yeah.
Especially in one that's called Mouse Erotica.
I think you know exactly.
Yeah, it's pretty much all there. like you go, well, that was worse than I thought. Whoa.
It had mouse and erotica.
Oh, these pictures are horrible.
Weird. I don't know why Alf was in there. That's
Jeez.
So the cats wouldn't get involved.
There you go.
You have to eat the cats to keep them away from the
would just end the whole thing for you.
Hey, Willie!
They had a cat, didn't they?
Yes, they had a
Yes.
cat.
He
It
had
was
to
a
live
common
with-
plot point
Yes.
that
Yes.
Willie would try and keep him from eating the cat.
Right.
Alf, could you not eat our cat, please? Oh, Alf, it was so good.
Do you think that's streaming anywhere? No,
I'm
Oh,
sure
sure.
it's streamed
Still
somewhere.
remember just like one scene from that show where they're staying somewhere and they're like, okay, well, we're gone. Don't burn the place down there at the dinner, and you see Alf running by the window and a fire extinguisher. I don't know why that.
That was a good one.
got
The finale of Alf is super weird.
You can
Like-
apparently get it on Amazon Watch.
Amazon Prime?
Oh.
Oh.
You can also see the movie Tiptoes.
No! Stop right there.
Tiptoes.
Stop right
Tiptoes?
there.
Tiptoes.
I was thinking you were gonna go Ginger Snaps. That would have been.
We've been talking about this movie at lunch breaks at work.
What is Tiptoes?
I think this is a don't
Yeah,
ask.
no,
Is it Mouse Erotica?
Well, let's just say it has Matthew McConaughey and Gary Oldman in it.
Oh wow!
And Peter Dinklage. Isn't it?
And Peter Dinklage. And, I mean, it starts to the
Oh
cast.
wow.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
I don't know
wow.
what that seems like it's avoiding
Yeah.
something very significant.
Okay, so it has Peter Dinklage.
By the way, movie talk. Just
Yeah.
for.
Alan has claimed he's going to watch it.
I cannot wait to hear the sanity loss that he gets from that one.
So I'm going to paraphrase an Amazon review because I'm not going to say it out loud as it was.
Yes, because there's a slur in it.
There's an M word in it. So it has Peter Dinklage and Gary Oldman. And Gary Oldman plays the lead little person.
What?
Yeah.
Like,
He plays the little person.
wow.
The lead little.
You know, Gary Oldman is a little like Christopher Walken in that he apparently doesn't say no. Like, Gary Oldman is very available. Especially if your movie's right-wing propaganda. Then he is all over it. Do you remember, there was a movie a while ago, The Contender? Really good movie. Joan Allen was the vice president and may have done some weird things in her past, like sexy stuff. And Gary Oldman plays like generic religious Southern blowhard Mitch McConnell number 7. And you watch the director's commentary, and Gary Oldman's going, you know, I took the film because I felt my character was the moral center of the movie. And you're like,
Oh.
what, huh? No.
Oh dear.
Yeah, he likes to play the bad guy and really believe in them.
I mean, play the bad guy is
We
fun.
are far afield,
Yes.
Patreon
Just
friends.
watch the trailer to Tiptoes.
Tiptoe. I can't.
All right.
I'm not sure.
This is honestly saying that is like being in the ring, right?
So, what is
Where
the
you just-
worst movie you've ever seen? Because I have 2 clear answers. I have seen 2 movies that are tied for the worst. Although one I kind of liked.
So,
That's called a guilty
heebie-jeebies.
pleasure.
And part of this, I knew many of the people that were in it, and I did a little consulting, basically telling them they did post all wrong after they had done it.
Oh.
But I was like, I'm going to support my 2 friends, my old roommate and his girlfriend. Let's watch this movie. Halfway through, I had to get on IMDb just to see what the comments were before I even finished the movie.
Wow.
This is, you know, I'm thinking I should add that horrible D&D movie you made me watch on my
Which
list.
one?
Not Knights of the Dinner Table, but
Knights of Badassdom?
no, the one where they're playing D&D and then their characters.
The gamers, Dorcas
Oh. Actually, the first one was okay. The second one,
with a pile of dead bars.
yeah. Well, and with the let's pretend. With the second one, with let's pretend like we're all invested in these characters, not when they're in fantasy. You know, that was. But no, Ginger Dead Man, hilarious. Gary Busey plays an evil cookie that is killing people. But so it's actually a really funny movie, but the editing is so bad that the movie makes no sense. Like, things happen and then they haven't happened. Like, it's like the movie was just sort of spliced together. It's the weirdest thing I've ever seen. Ginger Dead Man is a super weird movie experience. But the worst movie I've ever seen was Eye of the Beholder with Ewan McGregor. That movie was terrible. It was so bad that not even a naked Naomi Judd could fix it.
Doesn't feel.
Wow.
It was terrible. What's the worst movie you've ever seen?
I'm trying to think, and I don't know.
Fellowship of the Ring.
Where were the Eagles? What about you? What's the worst movie you've ever seen?
I was trying to think of that while you guys were talking.
Take a stand. Come on, people. I don't like people that are like,
I don't know why would I hold that in my mind? Like, that seems just like a complete waste of
Okay,
space.
Tenzin.
Yeah.
Whereas I love Galaxy Quest. I can keep.
Oh,
Galaxy
yes.
Quest is
for a
fantastic.
movie.
Yes.
There's not many things that I can watch again, and I'm like, this still just makes me happy. I just enjoy this.
Yes.
So I can tell you
Who knew that Nick was a Buddhist?
Well, no, it's just kind of the thing is, I can remember complaining about certain movies, but then it's just yeah, I'm never gonna watch that again. I was never gonna watch it in the first place.
Wait a
Someone told me
minute.
to.
You're just trying to avoid saying Schindler's List here, aren't you?
No, so there was one, but it wasn't the worst.
Made out in Schindler's
There was some. No, there was some movie, cause like, I mean, a bad movie, Green Lantern. I made a friend watch Green Lantern. I didn't know how bad it was gonna be, and then he was like, "You have to watch this for me," and it was some '80s horror movie, and I'm like, "This is so dumb," but it's not the worst. Like there's movies that I know for me it's when it's like, oh, they're doing this obvious thing to make me feel this way, and it's so meta that I'm out of it, and I'm just like, when I'm detached and I know that I'm sitting in a chair, like that's kind of even worse than like, oh, this is just dumb. But I can't remember. I know that there's a movie where I just kept getting taken out of it. I'm like, no! Like it wasn't even like, people don't do this. It's like, no, the story should go like this. This is just bad structure. This is like, but I can't remember what it is.
Yeah.
That was the longest cop-out in history.
Yeah. Was it Batman versus Superman?
No, well, because I didn't.
Her name is Martha!
I didn't watch. Oh God, that was dumb. But
I haven't seen it.
I know.
Spoiler. Her name is Martha.
It's not.
Yeah, no, it's hard.
What about you?
The Goonies.
Wow. Wow. Coming in hot. Oh, man. Somebody's not a boomer.
So here's the thing. Like I've seen movies like Daredevil and Elektra and Catwoman and all of those.
Yeah.
Like I like superhero films, so I'll watch like those. I don't expect them to be good. I went into Goonies being like, was the seminal film for so many of my generation's childhood, and I watched it and was like, I hate this movie.
I've never seen it.
How old were you?
I've seen the Cyndi
I watched
Lauper
it earlier
video,
this
so I feel
year.
like I've seen
Oh,
it.
that's probably why.
Was it built up or something? And you're like, oh, this is gonna be.
It was
Yes,
definitely
because
built up.
it was a seminal film of my generation that I didn't watch until earlier this year. I was 34 when I watched this movie,
That's
not
why.
8 like I was supposed to be. So I stand very firmly by the Goonies.
Wow.
Understand, but
That is...
Because and I will give them credit for
Worst? I mean, I can see being.
I don't watch a lot of movies, so when I watch
so
one that
the
really
list
like
is
stands
short.
out.
I like how Captain Cop-Out here is so upset about this.
Well, have you seen Nymphomaniacs, Volume 1 or 2?
Oh no, you.
There were so many unanswered questions.
Oh no,
It's Lars von
Wait,
Trier.
did you figure it out?
Yes.
Any Lars von
I don't
Trier
think this
movie.
is the one I was thinking of, but like one that just was so immensely disappointing was I remember at one point.
You say Goonies.
No, it was one of the werewolf movies, and the problem is that I saw one of them that was like I thought it was really good.
Wolf, the Jack Nicholson classic.
No, werewolf. It was one because they've done so many werewolves,
werewolf
and
movies.
each time they're a different one. And I was like,
It was just
this
called
is-
Werewolf?
This was really no, because it was one of the numbered ones. Because I got my friends to watch the first one or something like that, and I'm just like, we're
Teen
all
Wolf
like,
2 with two.
No.
T-O-O.
I didn't know there was just a movie called Werewolf, and then there was like Werewolf 2.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's like an absurd
Wow.
amount, and I never found out which one it was that I liked, and I've watched a couple of them, and just oh my, it's one of those things where it's like, give me those hours of my life back. I want them back. This was like not
You just waste them.
See, and I've never
not
seen
on those though.
I've never seen anything that's that bad. Like, if there's something that is dumb, but I had fun with it, that's fine.
fine.
It's not a bad movie in that case. In the case of Goonies, I saw where all of the plot points were going to go because I've seen this movie before, not the Goonies.
She saw the Cyndi Lauper video.
I've seen all of the other films that have come after it that borrowed heavily from it, and maybe that's because I, watched other movies that came after it that used some of the same beats and tropes. But I did not at all enjoy the Goonies, and I expected to.
I think there are some very annoying
This is
parts
the
of it.
longest post show.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, yeah.
Those kids were all screaming over each other
Yes.
all of the time. Like, Sean Astin got the best moment in there, and I will give him props and credit for selling that emotional speech. Props to my Samwise.
It's our time down here.
Yes.
Yeah.
But
You think that was the precursor to like Arrested Development, where that very natural people bickering?
potentially, but like the Fratellis.
You were
Wait, what?
What?
You hate Arrested Development?
No, I haven't watched Arrested Development.
Oh, all right.
I haven't watched it.
It's
I haven't
terrible.
watched it.
Wait,
I
what?
No.
The Netflix.
No,
Let's not build it up
Oh,
so
I
that
see.
it
Yeah,
ruins the...
it's not the best TV show ever.
I was referencing the screaming over each other thing that drove me nuts in the Goonies, which is very, like as we just demonstrated, is a very natural, real thing. But when I'm trying to listen for the story of what's going on, I hate trying to pan out who's talking over what.
Gotcha.
Like
The closed captioning was all over the place.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, next time I'm gonna have to figure out what movie because I've seen movies and like stopped them in the middle, but I can't remember what the names are because I'm just like, whatever. I don't want to. Yeah.
It's also one of those things that, what's the worst movie that you actually sat all the way through? Because that's, I mean, on Netflix now, it's like, if I'm not in the first 2 minutes, if I'm not in, I'm out.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
I kind of don't start a movie unless I think I want to watch it, but I think, did I see? So Ginger Dead Man, I saw, we had like we've got to watch this. Like, I think we got it at a Blockbuster.
Ah.
Boy, Blockbuster back in the day, man. But Eye of the Beholder I saw in theaters, and I was mad.
I saw
I left it.
Caddyshack 2 in the theaters.
Oh, wow.
Alone.
Wow.
There was no one else in the movie.
That makes sense. That
You
makes
know,
sense.
I would say something about that, but I saw Kingsman: The Secret Service at like a 9:00 Thursday night showing by myself, and I loved it. Best way to
I
experience
love going
it.
to the movies by myself.
Yeah.
It's I used to do that all the time when I lived in Fairbanks because I worked like 6 15-hour days every week, and so my one day off I was like, I'm gonna go see a movie, whatever's showing, I'm gonna go see it. Which is how I saw Chappie, which is another movie that I really didn't like.
Yeah,
Chappie?
Chappie was not
I don't recall.
No,
Chappie.
that was not good.
Chappie had a tone problem. It didn't know what it wanted to be. Was it about the AI that was gaining sentience? Was it about all of the apartheid conflict?
Oh, right.
that
That was
one, yeah.
District 9.
Bloom.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
District 9
Yeah.
guy.
Bloom
Camp? Bloom?
Yeah, Bloom
Blomkamp.
Camp. Yeah.
Blomkamp?
It's probably Bloom Camp. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Neil.
and I will say to this day though that Chappie is the universe's strongest argument for why Hugh Jackman should have played Javert instead of Jean Valjean, because he basically played Javert, but in a futuristic type of world. He was a
He
very.
shouldn't have done that weird whiny voice.
It was.
Hi.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Les Mis.
Les Mis.
Yep,
Yeah.
nope. haven't
Yeah,
seen it.
where they had to sing for like 8 hours straight. No wonder their voices were shot all to hell and back. Anyway.
Patreon friends, if you've made it this far, we salute you.
If you want to see this with two different people, you should watch Movie Talk with Aaron and Warren, because I believe it's very similar to this.
No, it's mostly Aaron trying to have opinions and Warren screaming him down.
I mean, in fairness,
I don't watch that show for a reason.
it's like it's the Goonies,
Well played, sir.
Well played.
Thank you so much, Patreon friends, for all you do. What is your least favorite movie? Let us know in the chat. I'd be
the
interested
comments.
to hear the comments. Yeah.
Yeah.
And on that note, we have clearly been doing this for far too long. Goodbye, Patreon friends.
Right.